Alright, I want to talk a little bit about when to find a tax pro. And if you already a tax pro, congratulations. But I also want to take this as a very good opportunity to share that how to schedule your work because during the tax seasons, CPAs and EAs and tax preparer are drowning in work. Okay, and how to prepare it is very very important. Okay, and one of the common mistakes that a lot of people make is that they start looking for tax pros in April. Okay, which is just too late, just way too late, because normally for most of people, April 15th is the deadline. Okay, if you start looking for tax professional in April, that's right the time when every CPAs and EAs and tax lawyers and tax preparer are drowning in hundreds of very complicated and cumbersome work, and you know what? That's just too late. They sometimes can't accept your work because they're already fully booked and they were overworked during that time. Okay, and of course they are human. So human, if they're like, if you pressure them, right? If you say, hey, I got like, I pay you more during the tax season because you need to help me for this one. You know what? They may willing to help you, but they may prone to make mistake because they're just under a lot of pressure as well, a lot of work. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Don't, unless this is some like unforeseeable circumstances that you have to do this. Okay, but don't start looking for tax professional in April. Okay, so here is the what I call the golden rule. Okay, start early. Don't wait until the last minute. Okay, do everything. This is like doing everything in life. Start early. Okay, and I think the best time to find a tax professional is February or early March. Okay, preferably February. Okay, so basically that's the time right after you receive your W-2s and 1099s. Okay, so basically you want you won't give them a ample time to review your last year's return because that's very very important and very connected, and of course they need more time to identify new deductions, so that's good for you. Okay, but that do require time. They need to know more about you. Okay, and of course they can plan extension. Okay, if there is some unhandled issues, I think that maybe we need some extension in order to do that. They can plan it ahead. Okay, and of course, if there's like a complex form like 5471, 5472, 8865, or 3520, something like that, a really complex form, and they will need more time to properly handle that because this is really complex. It's not just filling in the number. Okay, there are a lot of work involved. So if you're expert or if you say accomplice, there's don't wait until the very last minute because that may involve a lot of work, and you don't want to raise your money and ask someone to do that in the last minute. And you don't want tax to become an abstract like thing for your business. Okay, so especially if you own companies, okay, you don't want this to say result in something that bite you later. Okay, so you want risk free and worry free to continue to do your work. So just by, it's not like spending more money. Actually, this advice will help you to save money by making the reservation earlier rather than later. Okay, so this is the timeline that I think is most appropriate and most prudent way of doing things. Okay, you don't want to rush anything. So the time starts at January, okay? When you receive the W-2s, okay? You gather your W-2s, and of course, if you're a tax pro, you need to, sometimes you build a connection, you build the rapport with you and your client and all that. It's time to remind them that, it's just about to, enter into the tax seasons. We're just about to, get really busy now. So it's good to start early, right? And it's time to gather your W-2s and 1099s and all those receipts, okay? From January. That's the time when you start. Okay? And then the best time to talk and hire a tax pro is February to March. Okay? You hire a tax pro, you send the documentations to them, and you talk with them, and you got some complicated issues discussed with them, and then, they can better plan. And that's the deadline here, April 15th. So, you file before that, or you extend. If you extend, this is also a time to pay any tax due. Okay? It's not that you extend your payment, it's that you just extend all the paperwork. Okay? So, you still need to pay. If you don't know the exact number, you need to estimate and pay. Okay? As I mentioned earlier. And of course, the timeline also goes in June 15th. That's automatically 2 months extension for the expats. So, as I said, it's just an extension of the document, not an extension of tax. Okay? So you still need to pay the tax before the April 15th. Okay? So, of course, if you already file the form 48 and 68, that will be extension of the final extension. Deadline is October 15th, but this is the final extension deadline if you file that form. Okay, it's not the right. I missed the April 15th. Doesn't really matter. I still got the final deadline. If you did not file, you're already late. Okay, so hopefully, if you're a tax pro, this will give you a basic timeline of how to plan and schedule things ahead. If you want to hire someone, you know what? You should start at January, and hire early, preferably February, and of course the early March would also be fine. Don't start finding in April because you may not get your thing properly done.